Welcome to the show. I am your host, Spurge, right over there, who joins me every Monday night, except for last Monday because I had a family emergency. Thank you to everybody who reached out. Thank you to everybody with all their thoughts and prayers. Dad is doing good, and he is home recovering. A big thank you to the General for reaching out to me the entire time with everything going on. I do appreciate it, sir. It means a lot. Love you for it.
Yeah, man.
You were supposed to respond.
I was going to. Can't see. We ain't gonna start off again today like this now.
Listen, the wife was yelling at me because I haven't really been broadcasting. Saturday, I did a broadcast, and she's like, "You got to get back to broadcasting. You're getting irritating." So she was getting irritated with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, did you blame her?
I mean, you was up on there too much. She needed her space.
I guess she said so, bro. But we have a very big show, as you see the title. If you know, you know. The O's, the real talk, the insight, no holding back. We have the OC and the DC of the Syndicate here on Syndicate Tonight. And we bring in first and foremost, Quincy, would you like to introduce the man? Because that's your job.
I'll let you do it.
Nope, that's your job.
No, my job is just to make sure they have everything they need.
Oh, is that what it is? All right. He is the one and the only. He is the new DC coordinator for the Syndicate, Mr. Coach Owens. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm good. So, Coach, we were supposed to have you on last week, but I had some family emergencies comes up. You know, it happens, right? So thank you for rescheduling and taking time out of your busy day to join us tonight. We do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
See what she said? Look, this is what the wife says. He was what they call extra. Coach, got a question for you. Are you married?
I am.
How do you deal with a wife in the football world, first and foremost?
So my wife, she's actually an athletic director and a basketball coach herself at a college. So she has a small understanding about the football world. But women are women. So sometimes football is still kind of time management type thing where I have to balance life and football.
Right, exactly. Now, Coach, I want to get into something because you kind of have a pretty good resume here, right?
Yes, sir.
And the one thing I'm looking the most at is Morehead State University, where you were the corner coach, recruiting coordinator. You were ranked number 2 in nation in block kicks and 18th in turnovers gained. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Morehead State is an HBCU, correct?
No, so Morehead State is actually FCS. It's in Kentucky.
Okay.
It often get mixed up with Morehouse, which is in Atlanta.
That's okay. Just making sure. Morehouse. Okay, I knew it was something. I knew it was one of them. I just wanted to make sure, right? Okay. But Coach, what are you shaking your head for? I'm just making sure. General, why didn't you correct me then?
Hey, I'm letting you have your interview. It's more for me to pick at you about later.
I apologize, Coach, for the rudeness of my co-host here tonight.
Oh, it's okay.
No, but Coach, you look at your resume here, and I mean, you've coached both offense, defense side, and everything. You played at Southern Virginia University as a corner and as special teams, and in high school, you were a versatile wide receiver threat and a defensive back. And Quincy, here's something that we will never be able to do in our lifetime, Quincy.
What's that?
He ran a 40 in 4.15.
Nah, I was always a 4.4 guy myself. I was never going to run that fast.
Okay, I disagree. Coach, don't let him try to fool you, Coach. I don't think he did that.
Hey, don't
know he believed.
Don't get it twisted now. I can bring some of my people back when I was playing, and they was out for me. You didn't want to see me come across the middle.
But anyways, Coach, you've had a very, very diverse career here, right? You know,
Yes, sir.
your last job, how do you say that? Is that Brevard College?
Bavard. Yes, sir.
Brevard, where you are now the passing game coordinator, and safeties coach.
Yes, sir.
Greenville, you were the special teams coordinator, assistant head coach. You helped lead the team to a transition of a 5A. That's my next question, and I ask it to everybody on this. And Quincy knows because that's just how spring football is, summer football. It's very volatile, right? With
Right.
you leading that transition from to a 5A school and into a league who hasn't even proven yet, they got their 7 teams. Apparently, Team 8 is being announced tomorrow. What is your words of advice to the players and the coaches on your staff of how to lead this transition?
Well, my biggest thing is just being where your feet are. Um, from being in backseat roles and in the high level coaching to now, being in the front for of it. Just being where your feet are. That's just kind of a saying that's kind of been told to me, from some of my peers, and I truly believe that, as my journey continues to go along. The grass ain't always greener, but just continue, to go at the job each and every day and try to be innovative. So that's pretty much my insight to people is, just be where your feet are.
See, I like that. So the question is when the general called you up, right?
Yes,
And said, "Hey,
sir.
coach, there's this new league. I have this team. We're starting up, and I want you to come jump on board with me." Right? First, take us through
Right.
that process when the phone rang, and what
So
were your thoughts going through your head?
at first, it was actually just coming along and being a position coach. And I mean, I was fine with that because being this being my first professional opportunity, just taking the role into kind of like a new league. I saw interest in it with the fourth quarter rule, and then shortly afterwards, I got a phone call saying, "Hey, we got changing in order, and want you to be the DC." So came up with some visuals for him, and uh, I guess the phone conversation went pretty well.
I mean, I would guess so because now you're their DC for the Texas Syndicate. Uh, Quincy, what was it? Because you didn't go really out and hire another guy. You're staying in Quincy. I'm starting to see this with you. You're staying within. You're promoting within. What was it in Coach Owens that you saw that made you promote him?
Um, it was the faith that the coaching staff had in him. He proved this point with some meetings that we had beforehand, and I didn't see no need in going outside to get anybody else to fill that position. He was already there. He had the experience. When they asked for anything, he provided it quickly for us, and that just solidified everything.
Now, Coach, for you, you just heard what the general had to say. For you, what did that mean? Is that they could have went outside and hired it, but him, other coaches liked your work ethic. Where did you develop that work ethic, and what does that mean to you that they had that much faith in you to not go outside?
I would say definitely, throughout my childhood, having to work for everything that I've, basically been given, even from playing in youth league all the way to college. I've always been the smallest and I guess the frailest one on the field, but I also had the the most heart. I was always determined, so just always trying to learn from different people and put my own twist to it, and then do it myself.
Now, Coach, as I'm going through here and I'm looking back in 2019 when you were at Dakota College, you were the DC special team coordinator. Your defense ranked third nationally in forced turnovers and you produced 3 All-Americans. Like, you as a coach, what is the mindset that you have to teach these players to get to that level and to do that on a consistent basis?
Well, my biggest thing is going to each school, seeing how different things are ran, different organizations, how things are ran. Like I said, just taking tidbits and bringing along myself. But then also when you look at the development of players, whether you're in the seat where I'm currently at, in the college realm where I'm recruiting, or where professionally, you can hand pick your guys. You just have to treat it just like everyday basis, where you have to assume that they know nothing, and you have to break it down from the bottom and actually teach them how you want things done. That way, when pressure hits, they can actually do it the way that you're teaching them versus ways that they know in the past.
All right. So, Coach, and as I go through, well, first of all, this is Syndicate Tonight. I am your Spurge. Right over there is the General, and we are joined by the new DC Coach Jawan Owens. And look, as you see my little ticker right here, right there, it's Syndicate Tonight. We are brought to you by Drip Drop, and you can go to wefunder.com/COFL Syndicate and get to become an owner of this team. Right there. There it is. See, there you go. Tells you people. Right there. That's what you do. And you can scan that little QR code right over there. And that'll also get you some little other stuff that we have. Which one we have up there right now? Instead, it gets your WeFunder code right there. All right. Now, Coach, as I look through your resume, everywhere you've went, you've elevated the team. You've taken them to another level. Okay? Now, if you look at your guys' coaching staff, you look at all the pundits that are out there, you guys are a very young and, as they like to say, inexperienced coaching staff. I'm not going to give you a resume because, I mean, if they want to know it, they can go look at it, right? I just want you to know that everywhere this man been, he's elevated that crew to the next level and the next step above. Coach, for you to feel like you guys are the underdogs in this new league, what kind of chip do you have on your shoulder?
Well, you can either look at youth as a hindrance or youth as something where they're going to be, reaching out outside the rim and trying different things. I look at it as an opportunity to, prove others wrong. Um, eh, Me elevating other spots that I've been at, it's just like I said, just put my head down and going to work.
See, Quincy, I love this guy. He's just short and sweet and to the point.
Unlike you.
Unlike me, you're right. I'm not. Now, Coach, as I've looked through all of this, okay, I have to say there is a bright, shining star. You guys might have the most dynamic quarterback in this league. And you guys might have some of the best corners in this league. With you being the defensive guy, what are you telling them when you guys are sitting there and you guys are going to be lining up against Mr. Hunt at practice? What is it that you're telling your guys to be looking for on this guy?
Hey man, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, time out. Don't answer that. You can't answer that question.
No, okay. Let me wait. I'll rephrase it. Right? I'll rephrase it. Coach,
see that?
I'm going to rephrase it. You're right. That's good. I'm glad you stopped me. I'm going to rephrase it. You guys have the most dynamic player in the Continental Football League in your quarterback, right? They're going to be going up against the best one. So for you, what are you going to game plan for your guys to say, hey, look, you're already playing against the best. Now let's just twist it a little. How's that? Is that better, Quincy? Is that better?
Just answer the best way you can, man, without giving anything. Just do the best way you can.
Well, my thing is let's see. my thing is basically not game planning and and not game planning against our offense at least. Just trying
Yeah,
to
see, Quincy?
not not trying to hone in on one thing, but just uh for us, through practice, just getting the bare bone basics of how the defensive play call is, because it can be, verbiage across the board can be different from what they're used to in their passes. Players, even the coaches, it can be something different for them. Seeing how organization is throughout the defense and seeing where each guy fits in. So just. Basically, what I would tell my guys is to get the organization piece correct at practice, and then when we go against other opponents, it should be easier if we're practicing to the championship level where we're pushing each other and iron sharpening iron.
See, Quincy, that was a great. He's saying game plan against our quarterback because we have the best one, and then you can just go out there and destroy all the other quarterbacks. That's basically what he said. I just paraphrased it. That was a great answer, Quincy.
It was great. It was a great answer.
Bad
Terrible
question. Bad
Terrible
question, but a
but
great
great
answer. All right, the wife has one for you right here, Coach. This is what this show's about. We have the fans. What will you, as a DC, not tolerate from your players?
I would say the me first attitude, because in great defenses, you have guys that stand out, but they stand out within uh the rim of the scheme and the rim of coaching. If you be a player first player, you tend to wind up on losing teams and have a losing mentality. So just the me first attitude that just will not be tolerated.
All right, well, now here, so Bryson, he is the running back for the St. Louis Falcons minor league football team right here in St. Louis. And he wants to know, what kind of player are you looking for?
So me, I would say just good football players. It doesn't matter whether they're offensive guy, defensive guy. If they're a good athlete and can have a good football IQ, they can come play for the syndicate. In my eyes.
General, what would you say to that?
Hey, they got to be just hungry. My answer never changes. It's always the same thing. They got to be hungry. Like I said, we got a lot to prove out there as a team, as a league, and everything else. We can't have people coming up there trying to be like lackadaisical or think everything's going to be given to them. They got to go out there and fight and want it.
That is true.
That's just the way it is.
All right, Coach, I have to ask you this. So you're coming into this league, right? You guys are starting to build a very, very good roster around you. A lot of great young men and stuff like that. What are you expecting? Or what is your goals for the first year of the syndicate?
Like General said, just players to be hungry, willing to learn, and ready to compete for a championship right away.
Now, Coach, I got to tell you this. I mean, I know a lot of the guys get mad at me because I ask this question all the time. Well, actually, I don't ask it. It's just a favor that I ask of you guys. I could care less how many games you guys win. You just need to win 2 for me. That's it. That's all you got to do. You got to beat the Toros twice. That's it. I mean, I want you to win more games, but you just got to promise me you're going to win those 2 games. That's it. That's all you got to promise me.
We, we got you on that one. I actually got some former players that signed with Toros, and they bug my phone every day saying, hey, BTA, and so definitely got to whoop up on them.
Oh, whoa!
Wait
You
a
got
sec.
former players over there?
Wait, whoa. Stop the
I
clock. You
do, I
got
do it.
former players that are on the Toros.
They traders. Okay.
And they're texting you boots to asses. Oh, no. See, now, Coach, you gotta smack those guys. You gotta really show them now, right?
Oh, definitely.
You gotta show them they picked the wrong side. Am I right?
Definitely.
All right, Coach. Season is just around. We're what, Quincy? We're what, like 50 days away from the season? Because Bryson asked here, he goes, when does this season start? If I'm not mistaken, it's May
Like
30th.
May 30th is the first regular season game. Camp starts around May 15th, May 16th time frame.
Right. So, Coach, you talked to Coach Champagne. You've talked to your other coach. We have your other coach back here backstage, and we're going to bring him on in about 10 minutes. How do you feel about this coaching room? What is your thoughts on this coaching room? And where do you think that you guys are going to go with this coaching staff?
I think we'll reach some heights that people aren't ready to see. Actually, with some great minds and guys that's hungry, ready to get after it. I can definitely see us in the championship.
Now, with you being the defensive guy and the guy coming on behind you is the offensive guy. So here's where this is where it's going to get interesting, because that's going to be the first question I ask him. And I'm going to ask you this question. The continental shift. You're kind of in a I would say a disadvantage, because your guys got to line up more. His guys get to do the waggles and the runs and the starts and all of that stuff. How much CFL rules and gameplay have you been watching leading up to training camp and all that to help prepare you for with your defense?
I've actually been watching a lot, but a lot of teams, even in American football, they like to do the cute, fancy shifts and motions just to get you thinking as a defense. So I, I see it as window dressing, but we'll definitely get after some offenses this upcoming season.
Now, Quincy, should we bring on our next guest? Because now we can get a little bit of offense, O-line, and D-line rivalry going.
No, we got the O-line and D-line coaches. I'm gonna have them come on together. They can.
I'm talking about the OC coach. The OC coach.
We're
gonna leave him backstage.
Let each one of them get their time with the people right now.
And listen, I just thought it would be funny just to kind of get them to jaw jack with each other.
We have that later. That's behind.
Coach, wouldn't you think that'd be funny? You're talking about how he's just going to be doing window dressing, and you're going to be trying to dress up to get rid of his window dressing.
Between my coaching staff, let them be. Lord.
It's friendly rivalry within practice. That's how you become coach. Am I not right? Coaches, am I not right? Coaches backstage, you just shake your head. But coaches, am I not right? Is that not how you make your team better? Friendly rivalry on the defense and the offense.
Yeah.
See, they both shook their head.
It'll be okay. They'll be okay.
So, coach, because this is a totally different concept. We're going 3 quarters of regular rules, and then we get to the continental shift. And for me, it really seems like the defense is at the disadvantage of it, right?
Right.
For you, like, what is, without giving up your whole entire game plan, what is the one thing that you're focusing on with your defense on how to play the continental shift in that 4th quarter?
Well, my biggest thing is just knowing just knowing the bare bones of the defense and knowing the shifts and adjustments. Once guys start doing those little fancy shifts and motions, just being in tune to what's going on.
See, because as a football guy, so how do you teach that to a guy who's played rules one way their entire career, right? A lot of these guys that are coming into this league, like you said, are young, hungry kids, right? And they've only really known how to play one way. So as a coach, what is the process of teaching them to kind of look at the continental the CFL rules? Like, what is that mindset that you have to get them to understand when it comes to being defensive on with CFL?
Well, so first, just actually watching CFL games and actually seeing how the rule, affects the game. Because the game, you're right, the game does change as guys can approach you with some kind of speed. But just like I said, just being technicians at their job, that actually will help them out to perform.
See, I like that answer. I like that answer, Quincy. All right, Coach. Two more questions for you. I got a toolbox question for you. What is the one thing you're going to put in your toolbox for this upcoming season?
One thing that I'll probably put in my toolbox is being an effective listener. Because being someone that's in control of scheme and calls and things like that. You also have to learn your personnel. So being a good listener will also help me out in this role.
Ooh, Quincy, I like that one. I like that answer. That's a good answer.
Sleepers.
That was a good answer. All right, Coach, the last question that I have. With everything that you've done, right? Where you're at now, what was it that drove you to the Continental Football League and to join the Texas Syndicate? What was that factor that drove you to this?
Well, first off, playing by American rules for the first 3 quarters, and then when I seen the fourth quarter shift to the CFL type of rules, that actually intrigued me because you have to have flexibility in your coaching style to be able to coach up both. So basically, what you was asking me earlier about, Uh, the guys having to deal with the rule and how to defend it. Basically, just honing in on my coaching techniques myself. So I have to be someone that can adjust on the fly. I have to be someone that can come up with different answers, and that's what pretty much what drove me to helping coaching this league is just the innovation of it, being one of the unique leagues that's in the summertime and drive entertainment for.
Oh, I'm glad you just said summer because I just now remembered it. Doing it, as the high school guy in the college, the high school where you guys practice in the summer. College, you're practicing more in the spring, not really much in the summer, but you're playing in the summer. You're playing in the summer. What do you shake your head for? Because it's going to be hot down there in Texas. Right.
Real hot.
What is going to be one of the first things you teach your guys about playing in the summer?
Pursuit to the football. It's probably gonna be number one because it is gonna be hot. They're gonna have to be in shape. We're gonna have to defend a lot of snaps, and the idea is to stop the other teams from scoring the football. And the only way to stop teams from scoring the football is running to the football and coming up with stops by any means necessary.
I love that answer. He's like, they're just going to go chase the football. Don't worry about your hydration. You can get that later. You're just going and getting the football. That's what he cared about. I love that answer. That's a great answer, Coach. That was the best answer so far of all that
Yes,
question.
sir.
That was the best one yet. All right, Coach. Tell people where they can find you at, how they can follow you, and why they should watch the Continental Football League.
You can follow me on Instagram, 1Owens12. And the reason why you should watch the Continental Football League because the Syndicate is going to win the championship.
Oh, ooh! You hear that, Toros? You hear that? They're just going to beat you both times. That's all that's going to matter. To me, that is the championship. Both times.
Here you go.
That's the championship. Coach, thank you for joining us. We will get you on later in the season to kind of help break down, because I think what I want to do is once a week have a different coach on to break down the game and how they're going to prepare for the next game and all of that stuff. So I do appreciate you for joining us, sir, tonight. You
Yes,
have a
sir. Thank you for
wonderful,
having me.
wonderful evening. And just got to beat the Toros twice. That's all you got to do.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. That is a Coach Owens, the new DC of the Texas. Man, I really like that jersey. That is a bad jersey.
You like this one?
I do.
You want it?
That is snazzy.
You want this one?
That is, we are the Syndicate Tonight. I am Spurge. Right over there is the General. And look, you can follow us right on the ticker. Syndicate Tonight. You can go to wefunder.com/COFL Syndicate. And we are sponsored by Drip Drop, the official hydration drink of the Texas Syndicate. Now, Quincy, you've had a lot of changes. But again,
hey man, when you get good people leave you.
that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. But now we have another guy.
When you get young people, people want young staff members, so they come and snatch everybody up. So we gotta.
We do.
Keep it rolling. Keep it going.
He was literally just right down here from me, in Arkansas. At Hendrix College, huh?
Arkansas.
Hendrick College. This man has a very interesting resume. You guys might know of a team called the Austin Sound, the X-League Women's Pro Football. Led them to the semifinals. Then he did the Legends Football League, led his team to their first of the Austin Acoustics, to their first ever undefeated season. He is the OC, the OC of this team. Now, see, his name says differently on here. So do I call him Coach that, or do I call him the name you told me to call him?
Which name I told you to call him?
Well, how about we just ask him what he wants us to call him?
It's a long story, man. But you can call me Coach Mike Olvera. That's a long story and a longer name. So I couldn't.
How are you, Coach? Thank you for joining us.
I am doing great, and I truly appreciate you letting me come on.
On this monstrosity? Really?
I love the show. Boss, thanks a lot for letting me get in here. I appreciate the time, and we're getting real close. It's getting close. Camp's right on the corner.
Now, Coach, you heard me ask your DC counterpart, Coach Owens, what he thought of the Continental Shift. That's where we're going to start first with you.
Sure.
Because this favors you a lot.
Yeah, I think it creates a lot of dynamic opportunities for us. And I think what it does is it takes your talent and it puts them in places where, they can really stress a defense. I mean, it's hard on the defense as it is. When you add that on pre-snap, you really extend some zones and stress some players in space, and it creates opportunities for playmakers. And I really want to look to do that. Just get the ball in a playmaker's hands out in space, and those rule changes in the fourth quarter, there's a couple things that are going to happen. But by the time you get in the fourth quarter, some of those guys, if we're running our offense the right way, they can be huffing and puffing. So if we can stress them a little bit more by making them turn their hips and get down the field with us, some opportunities will be created. And I'm looking forward to getting the ball out to those playmakers with those dynamics. Right
now, you guys probably have the most dynamic QB in this league with Mr. Hunt, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to work with that young man. Elite talent, capable arm. He's played his, in systems that are very similar to the one that we're going to install. What I like the most about him is he's a very, very humble person and a student of the game. And that's all you can ask for a guy that's going to operate in the pocket. I think the guys are going to gravitate to him real well. I think the chemistry between him and the receiving core is going to be tremendous. And we're going to see some exciting stuff out of that young man.
Like, this will be the one thing that I'll say about what Quincy is building down there and with the Syndicate is that you guys all seem very humble. You guys have all started on the small level, elevated yourself and elevated that level. And then the next place you go, you start at the bottom and you elevate that team to the top that you've done. I mean, listen, women's football, everybody kind of thinks it's a joke, but if you watch it, those girls play hard and they do some crazy stuff.
Sure. And I think on that end, for me, that experience was I had an opportunity to have a little bit of autonomy with the way that I ran my organization and continue to do that. And I see that leeway, those left and right limits, as we say, that have been provided to me by the head coach and the front office for the syndicate. And so when you have the support of the organization that way, and you're free to kind of manage things the way you see fit from your seat, it creates opportunities that, you end up with opportunities that allow you to excel. So when we talk about being humble, I've seen nothing but humble from our coaching staff, the front office, and the players. And I think we're coming with that, punch in and go to work type attitude across the board, man. And the guys that I'm working with, I couldn't ask for a better staff. Those guys are going to work hard. They're professional. They're knowledgeable. They're going to give us a chance to kind of, like you said, elevate from that humble beginning. And our organization, and I've heard I want to say it before, it's about giving those athletes that opportunity that maybe they didn't have that limelight in their D1 career, D2 career, D3 career, but are equally talented enough to make a statement on the field and take them and give them an opportunity. The coaching staff's no different, but we get our opportunity to shine. We get to apply our trade at an elite level and display and finally get a chance to show all the things that you've learned over a 30-year career. This is a good shot. It's a good opportunity.
Oh yeah. So here the better half of mine has a question for you, and I'll ask because it's actually a really good question. Talk about how your career has gotten to you where you are today.
Sure.
And what expectations do you have for yourself this season?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I appreciate the question. Very non-traditional route when it comes to football. Okay, I grew up in football as a young guy in Texas. Texas football is king, and I grew up in a place that, we were in a kind of evolution of our football program. Had a great coach come in, Coach Tommy Roberts, one of the more renowned coaches in high school football down in South Texas. We had some great successful years, won some championships, and I got to the next level, played my college football, and I had already pipelined with a degree towards coaching and teaching. But after 9/11, I decided I needed to answer the call with Uncle Sam, and it kind of routed me down a different career path for a little while, 20 years actually. But where I could, I coached. So I was blessed enough to have an opportunity to coach at the collegiate level at Columbus State University. I coached a year there as the offensive line coach, and then also second year as an assistant offensive coordinator, O-line coach. And then from there, I ended up back in Texas. I wanted to see my son through his high school years. Meanwhile, some of the guys that I played ball with, they went on to their careers and got established in places like Colorado College or Hendrix College and other places around the country. And so after my son graduated and he did well, he got his accolades and stuff through high school, went on to play ball at Peru State College in Nebraska. He went to Peru State and I went to Hendrix. The Hendrix head coach and I played football together in college. Good friend of mine. And I asked him, hey, I'm free for the most part now. I coached the 2018 season with him. And then I had some obligations to fulfill with the military. When I finally got done with that last spring, I gave him another call and I came back to Hendrix College. We've had a great year. I've learned a lot from our system here. Good, offensive mind and Coach Russ Phillips and head coach Justin Buchanan. We're creating a very, very special program here. And that's kind of what's led me to here. In the process, at about 2016-17 timeframe, I was approached by a friend of mine from high school who tried out and made the team in Austin for women's football. Ms. Tanya Danache is a good friend of mine. And I said, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. And then one thing led to another. I met the quarterback. I met the center. The following year, I was asked to come in and kind of guide the program in the right direction. We went all the way to the final that following year. The following year had our first undefeated season. And then we never looked back, really. We've been a great program and successful. Lots of accolades for the ladies that have played on that team. And so I've brought some of those coaching styles with me which is a combination of the things that I've learned in structure with regard to my military career, and applied some of the art and beauty of dynamic offenses is what I enjoy. And so I come into this season with the same expectations. I mean, I've got some high and lofty goals for our athletes because I think they deserve that. I think they deserve for us to set a high standard. They're looking for that opportunity to get out and get looked at. So I've got to put them in a system that's going to allow them to do that. I want to be balanced. We want to be able to create a balance between our run game and our passing game. I need to be dynamic, wide open, green light the guys that can make plays when we can. I honestly have a lofty goal. I want to be the number one offense in the country. So I've had that goal at any point in time. I've been given the keys to the Ferrari. So let's let it run. I mean, my expectations be the number one offense in the country. I want to have, up in the 400s and 500s in yards a game. These are lofty goals. I get it. But, when we create the balance between the two and the right pieces in the right place, it's very hard to stop. So, I want to win on first down like any offensive coach probably would. I don't want to end up in third and long very often. You get behind the sticks in this league, those guys can make plays. So, we're going to be consistent, control the clock, and do our job, keep the defense off the field, that kind of thing.
Now, this is Syndicate Tonight. I am Spurge, and right over there is the General who joins me every Monday night. We are brought to you by Drip Drop, and you can go to wefunder.com/COFL Syndicate and become an owner of this team. And right below us, we have Coach Mike. I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I know I'll butcher it. So I'm just going to call him Coach Mike. That's just how it works. Coach, as I look, and I've been following this league, this new iteration of the Continental Football League, kind of since it started when Ohio Valley said that they're bringing this league back. And then Quincy's name came up and all of that. I've been doing this since 2009. So I followed a lot of these spring leagues and a lot of these summer leagues. And the one question I have to ask you, and I know you guys are all tied up into the whole football ecosystem, but for you, what makes this version of the COFL much more believable and much more sustainable?
Well, I think it's the support that we get from the home offices across the league. I think there's a serious commitment from the front office to give us the things that we need to put a product on the field. And sometimes in the past, these types of leagues they're not able to do that for whatever reason or another. But when ownership commits to doing those kinds of things and getting you the right folks and giving you the right resources, success is forthcoming. Like it's understood. In other words, sometimes in the past, it's hard to be able to get that commitment for whatever reason, and things don't work out. And to be truthful, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes, and I've had some exposure to that in the X League and in the LFL. It's not easy. It's not just show up and play a game. There's a lot that goes into managing an organization, putting the right people in the right places. There's 40, 50 different personalities to manage. And that's not even talking about the coaching staff. You've got community outreach. You've got marketing. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And when ownership groups are committed to doing those kinds of things and they're working their tails off behind the scenes, that shows a sustainable product in terms of a league. When you don't have that, sometimes those things falter, and the guys that hurt the most for it are these great athletes who are playing or wanting to play at an elite level. So that, I think, that first and foremost is what's key here. There's a solid commitment from ownerships across the league to get this thing right, and I think it's going to create a great landscape for these athletes to get recognized. That's what it's about.
See, like I'll give you a little insight on your owner over here, Coach. So, I mean, no, and this is what do you Quincy? What
you gotta give me some intel, some recon.
This is something that meant a lot to me. So the reason why we didn't do the show last week is my stepdad ended up having a heart attack. It was in the hospital, and I was at the hospital very late. Sunday night, Monday, and all of that. Quincy says, call me when you leave the hospital. I'll be up. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I call, and he answers the phone.
Yeah.
And he's still working on trying to get the most out of you guys. So that's where I'll give Quincy his credit, because this man does not really sleep at all. Because all he thinks about is getting you guys up and going in the best thing for your team. So for you to know that now, like, I didn't know if you knew that, but see, now he's blushing. He ain't going to let us know. That's why he's got his hands over his mouth.
I can't blush. Dude, my cheeks don't get red. Yours
yes, they do.
Red.
You can see. No, look, you can see them. They're a little red. They're a little rosy.
No color coming in here.
No. There are a little rosy right here.
You're going to see gray hairs.
Little rosy.
You ain't gonna see
I still love you, Quincy. But to know that that's the type of owner that you have.
Yes.
That for a guy who's in St. Louis and does this show with them, he says, man, when you leave the hospital, call me. I want to make sure you're okay. For you as a coach, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, what that means to me is, for me, what that means is, you know, and I already said it, commitment, but let's take that a step further. It shows dedication. It shows dedication to the team in general, and doing what he does from his seat to provide us the things that we need to put this team together. And that can't be understated. I mean, like I said, seeing what it's like behind the scenes, what it also means is we're going to have, you know, the hardest working owner in the business, because like you said, up at 2:00, I've fielded some calls late at night that he fielded for me that I needed to, you know, answers to, and he's there. The other thing that does is it creates this understanding from the top down that this is the way we're going to do business. We're there for each other. I'm here to support. I'm going to give you what you need. And now it's incumbent on me to turn around and produce. So that's my job. I'm going to produce. That's what I've got to do. I got to put yards up, points up, and answer that commitment with some results. And I've got the landscape to do it.
So, you know, Quincy, I see why you brought this guy in. You having a military background, him having the military background.
Like 95% of our staff is prior military.
It's prior military. Right. So, like, coach, for that, to know that almost the entire staff and the people that are working with you are all military. You guys all have that mindset.
Yeah.
What talks has it been with the coaches? Like, what talks have you guys had to say, hey, look, we all know how to do this. Let's do it. Like, what are those talks been like?
Yeah, you know, it's so interesting because when you have a group of people that have gone through that common journey like that in their own way, like everyone's traveled through their military career in their own way, but it creates some understanding about how we're going to operate because we grew up in that, you know. So it's about being, you know, our organization, like our organizational skills, our management, our leadership development, and how we turn around and kind of give that to our athletes. It's almost like you don't have to say it because we already understand what that's all about. And it creates a great relationship, a great working relationship across the board. And then you sprinkle in there, you know, some experience at a high level, like the NFL. You know, we've got coaches on the staff that played the league, and what a great opportunity to apply both worlds to a team and see where it goes. I mean, this is going to be a great opportunity. But, you know, from day one, talking to Coach Champagne, and once I found out that he was also former Army, it was a wrap, you know. And I get along great with the coaching staffs, and it's almost like we were in the same platoon together or something. You just throw us all in the same room. You're going to throw the ingredients in there. We're going to walk out with a cake. How about that? You know,
there you go. All right. So here I got a question right here. So Bryson earlier asked, what kind of players are you looking for?
Are we looking for? Well, I would defer to the GM in terms of the technical aspects.
Well, no, for a coach.
But yeah,
what kind of player
let me tell you,
for?
one of the most impressive things to see from an athlete at this level is that they're still coachable, that they're still as good as they are. Because there's some tremendous football players in this league, and I'm going to enjoy just watching them play. But for them to be coachable still and to learn everything that they can regardless of a coach's background and where they're coming from and their experience and their coaching experience, that they're humble enough to learn. And I've seen that professionalism across our team meetings already. They're coachable, they're humble, they want to work, and they just want to play ball at a high level, and they believe in themselves. Above anything at all, that those aspects for me, like I've often said this, we can make champions out of good people. So and I think our athletes, our football players, they all have great character, but they're coachable. You can mentor them. They listen. We talked about our quarterback. I mean, he's all in terms of, having the shared vision of what we want to do on offense, because it's easy enough. And when a quarterback who's played at a high level looks systemically at what you're doing and goes, man, I don't know, it's not something I played in before, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. No, he's all in with it. I mean, that's the kind of athlete that any coach would love to have. But I think that's the one that we're bringing in. I mean, hardworking, humble, coachable, and we'll get them to where they need to go.
So like right here, I love that. I love that answer, because I think it's great, because that kind of leads into this one right here. What other word than opportunity can you say this is for these guys?
I'm gonna say it. It's destiny. It's what they were put here to do. From the time that these athletes could hold a football in their hand, they dreamt of playing at the highest level possible. This is just another step in that direction. So opportunity, yeah. I think it's any football player that ever stepped on the field who may have thought they were getting to the end of their career. That's all they wish for. Just one more chance to prove that I am that great of a ball player. And to me, that's about their destiny, because from the time that they could walk with a football in their hand, and the very first time they put a set of cones down at 6 years old and ran around cones, they had that want to be at the highest level possible. And they're still in that fight. And I admire that. They're still in the hunt to do that. And as long as that fire's on in here, then I'm going to give them the best that I can give them with some good coaching and a great system to let them have the results they need to get noticed and develop.
I got chills on that one. So, Coach, what can you do with a 50-year-old man with a white beard? What could you do with a 50-year-old man?
You want to be a holder or something? What do you mean?
I mean, could you teach me how to play football?
Absolutely, I can. I can make champions out of good people, man.
Amanda, come get them.
Get a helmet, some shoulder pads for them.
Amanda,
Coach, I'm way too. Listen, I can barely get out of my bed in the morning, and I can barely get out of my school bus when I do my route. So I think these kids are gonna just destroy me, and I'm not gonna take my chances of getting hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
Yeah, Coach. What was it like when Quincy made the phone call and said, "Coach Mike, I have an opportunity"?
I was elated. This is for players, for instance. They get that opportunity to get the phone call and they go, man, this is an opportunity to play pro football. Well, this is an opportunity to coach at an elite level. Who doesn't want that? Like, I want to coach against the best, and I want to coach with the best, because it's still a journey no matter what. I mean, I'm a student of the game. I still want to learn more. I learn something every day, but this is an opportunity to do that at a high level. And so when that call came in, when I took the call, like, yes. And I hung up the phone and I'm like, wow, this is just right. It feels right. It feels like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And it's going to be good. This is definitely a highlight in my coaching career. I'll say that much, and I'm getting the autonomy to be able to do that, which is great, from the head coach down. It's us, and we get a chance to ply our trade, like I said.
So there's something interesting, because you have this type of air raid system.
Interesting. So you had the chance to coach against all mummy.
Right. But you have this, but your system, from what I see, is a little different.
A little bit, yeah.
In how you do it. Like, I don't want you to give it all away.
Right.
See,
Right.
You're doing it again, man. What is wrong with you tonight?
No, listen, I'm going to go right here. The Austin Acoustic model during his time in the professional women's football. That's what the sound and the Austin.
But everybody else, they need to go do that, find out on their own. You don't need to be giving them everything to go look for.
We all know who How Mummy is.
I mean, that's them.
And yet somehow he puts up with me every week. No, but here's what I like about it. You have you have more of what's called a power spread.
I mean, we like to run the football, sure. Yeah.
Right. But in an air raid system, like, how do you incorporate, like, where did that come up in your brain?
Well, so consider this for a second.
Yeah.
Football in that sense has come down to numbers.
Yep.
Numbers dictate more now in the modern game than it ever has, because and when I say numbers, I mean, you look at a team, for instance, that's above 50% on third down. Let's just say that, right? Well, we don't keep the number to keep the number. It translates into something. So when you see those categories and numbers that are up, it translates into success. So it's not just holding on to that number to say, oh, hey, we went 6 out of 10 on third down today. Great. What does it mean? Well, what it probably means is we did pretty damn good on first down. And what that means is I'm sustaining a drive. Okay, so that in that sense, the numbers dictate, are we on the right track with our strategy? Okay, the other part of the numbers is when you look out from sideline to sideline, where is your advantage in numbers? Because the defenses now are tremendous. The athletes close space faster. They get downhill in a hurry. The guys up front are just as fast as the DBs now. I mean, look at the combine times for some of these defensive ends. They're running ridiculous. 4.5s. So they close space like never before. And so we need to be adaptive to that in that sense on the offensive side, where you're looking out at the sideline to sideline and going, numbers wise, where do I have the advantage? Whether that's a hat on a hat, or is that more than they can cover in space, right? And finding that opportunity, because the way that I look at this is it's a harmony you create between a play and the next one, or a series of plays where aspects of them are similar to each other or they build on each other. That is what I've coined offensive conceptual harmony. So when I can take that principle and instill that in the guys, they can look out at the field, instead of just understanding, here's what I've got on this play, we can be adaptive because conceptually we understand what we're trying to accomplish. It's not just, here's what I got. It's why. And then where do I take advantage of the numbers on the field that work in my advantage? So to some extent, back in the day, that was the way that you went when you approached the line of scrimmage in the air raid. You counted out numbers literally in the box. You went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there's too many of them in there. Let's throw the football. Or there's not enough out there. Let's run the thing. Right? Well, now we can take it a step further and go, yeah, I'm going to go here with the ball, but now how am I going to do it? How do I approach that? You may see some things in today's offenses that are very similar to, West Coast passing concepts, but they're done at a tempo and a pace that is obviously modern, spread offenses. But here's something to remember as a student of the game. If you read a different person in the spread offense, when you want to read somebody, guess what? We were doing that in the 80s with a triple option. It's the same thing, except you're optioning another guy in space. So, I am trying to find the relationships between those aspects of plays to create a package. And so, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Smarter people than me have been doing football for a real long time. I just need to be a student of that and find out what works best for us, run the ball like some champions, and throw it down the field.
See, look, I have a new name for him, Quincy. This is Coach Buddha. He's talking about harmony. He's talking about harmony, how the plays manifest, and all that.
Be one with the
I'm gonna get him
football.
a shirt. I'm gonna get him a shirt and put it on there.
Coach Buddha. Look, we got Lauren from up there at the Arrows joining in tonight with us. All right, Coach. Last question. Well,
Okay.
2 more. Last question. This is the one I ask everybody. It's the toolbox question. What are you bringing? One thing you're putting in your toolbox for this upcoming season?
Well, given what we've seen so far with, meeting with the guys and seeing what we've got, I'm gonna make sure that I want to stretch the field. I want to make it an exciting game. I don't want the fans to look at our offense and just look at it like it's paint drying. We're going to be dynamic and we're going to be exciting to watch. I want to bring that, to our Saturday games.
You notice, Quincy, the toolbox question has kind of started to evolve now that we're getting closer to kickoff. Have you noticed that? The toolbox question is getting closer. All right, Coach. I asked Coach Owens this. I'm going to ask you this, and then we're going to end it with you. I want to thank you. We will be bringing you on again throughout the season because I want to kind of do a thing where we have a different coach on each week to talk about the prior game, the week before, all of that good stuff, and a player. Why should people be paying attention to the Continental Football League, and why should they be out there supporting the syndicate and coming and watching?
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, when you have a league full of ball players that are hungry and they're in the hunt, you get some really, really good football. You get guys that are playing at the peak of their game, but they're so hungry that they're just selling out, man. They're all in on what they're doing. They're playing at overdrive to make plays and do things on the field. So that's the first thing. It creates an exciting game to watch. And I think that our fans need to tune into our games, because one of the things that is going to distinguish us from the other teams in this league is going to be some high flying stuff. And now I'm not going to get into it, but if you want to see football played wide open with our foot on the gas, then come to a Texas Syndicate football game, because these guys they're excited to play. They're ready to go. And I think our staff's going to put together one hell of a football team. It's going to be fun to watch. So come out and support the Texas Syndicate. It's going to be great.
Hashtag all gas, no brakes.
Never punt, fourth down, baby. Let's go.
Well, in this league, in the fourth quarter, you definitely don't know if you should punt.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. All right, Coach Buddha, thank you for – I'm telling you, Quincy, we got to get him a shirt now. Coach Buddha. Be one with the ball.
Be one with it.
Be one with it. Coach Mike, thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it, and I wish you nothing but the best. Coach, you just got to win 2 games for me. That's it. 2.
Here we go.
Toros. That's it.
Toros twice.
That's it.
Yeah,
I don't care about.
That's gonna be fun.
I don't care about any other games. I mean, I want you to win them, but you just got to beat the Toros twice for me. That's it.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thank
Coach
you so
Mike.
much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
Boss, we'll see you soon.
All right.
That was Coach Mike. We had the O's on tonight, the OC and the DC. Quincy, you got to say this, man. I think people are sleeping on your team. I think people are sleeping on your coaching staff.
I mean, we'll see.
You just said it so nonchalantly. Aren't you supposed to be like, yeah, they are. Come on, Quincy.
No, not really. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. I mean.
So, Quincy, let's talk about it before we go, because I want your thoughts on it. We have the 4 teams in the North.
All right.
We have the Ironmen. We have the Arrows. We have the Dukes, and we have the Capitals.
Yep.
Right in the South, we have you, the Toros, and Tall City. And tomorrow, the new team gets announced. So now we have all 8 teams.
Finally.
And excuse my language, Quincy, but the shit just got real now. Are you starting to feel the pressure, knowing that we're only 50 to 60 days away from the opening of training camp?
Always pressure, but it's going to be what it's going to be. I mean,
that's all you're going to give me?
That's just the way it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. I mean, we still got to figure out who this team is. I mean, hopefully it's somebody close or in Oklahoma. You know, I hope the team's in Oklahoma.
I have seen some. I know that you would put on there Oklahoma. I know that the COFL analyst kid put Oklahoma, right?
I know that's what I want.
You want Oklahoma, OKC?
Yeah, I want to travel outside of the state, or something. I don't want to be. I mean, landlocked is cool. Landlocked is real cool. I mean, that helps us out a lot because that means travel costs go way down. I mean, overhead is lovely, but you know,
right?
Just to see a little something different, maybe.
No, why would you want to go to Oklahoma?
Where else would I want to go?
Not to Oklahoma. I wouldn't want to go to Oklahoma. Maybe Louisiana.
Maybe next year.
I'm just saying, maybe Louisiana. What other states right above Texas? I guess it's Oklahoma. What's to the west of you?
Louisiana. I mean, we got.
No, that's to the east of you. That's to the east of you. What's to the
El
west?
Paso?
What's past El Paso outside of Texas? What's the next state?
I mean,
is that Arizona?
New Mexico.
Go to New Mexico. Why go to Oklahoma?
There's nothing in New Mexico.
Huh?
There's nothing in New Mexico, really.
There ain't nothing in Oklahoma either.
I mean, we have to go like 15 to 18 hours to go to New Mexico. No, that's too much money.
Is it that far to go to New Mexico from Texas?
Yeah, dude, it's 8 hours to get to El Paso. Well, depending on how you drive, they say it's like 9 to 10, but I think I've done it in like 6 before.
Damn, I didn't realize it was that big.
Dude, yes. That's why, you be seeing that map. People don't understand. They see that map of the North and see teams in like 3 or 4 different states.
Yeah.
You bring those areas.
Oh, yeah, they're all down too. You bring those all down to Texas and they all fit right into Texas.
You're going to be in San Antonio and up in Austin. That's it.
Right.
You're not going to be no further than that.
Right. Now, Quincy, we've announced the season opener, May 30th.
Yeah, buddy, it's going to be a doozy.
Let me get to it. I do kind of like it. It does kind of look cool a little, right?
I mean, we've got a lot of slack off of it, but, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is, but it's cool as shit, if you ask me.
The wait is over.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to get a realistic picture of a man and a bull running to each other in real life and be safe. I mean, I don't know how. If somebody out there can show me how to get a man and a bull that can run towards each other safely, let me know. Because everybody's kind of tripping off AI right now. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna do some. And if you can get me one with the oil well, a black gold, something that I can do that's not created by AI, or something, let me know, because I want to see this one. So we get so much grief about we use AI. I mean, I guess everybody.
I'm the Wyoming. You can ride one for $10. You want to take a trip to Wyoming to ride a bull for $10?
Hey man,
we can get it.
Just get ready to come down here, Mr. Wyoming. Just get ready for the heat. I need you to be ready for the heat.
I'm just saying. There you go. Quincy, I know that we have a bigger announcement coming up. The stadium announcement is going to be announced soon.
Very soon.
Working out some little details.
A little back and forth, We're hoping Wednesday.
Look, he says he's ready, boss.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We got people from everywhere, man. Wyoming, California, Arizona. We got like South Carolina.
Oh, I wonder why you have South Carolina.
Huh?
I said, I wonder why you have South Carolina.
Hey, man, I got lucky. I actually have a guy on the team from my hometown.
From Sumter?
From Sumter.
No kidding. That is funny.
I'm kidding. And I didn't know who the word, no, none of his people.
That is funny. That is
Very
funny. All right, this is Syndicate Tonight. I am Spurge. Right over there is the General. You see it right there? WeFunder.com/COFL Syndicate to become an owner in this team. And Drip Drop is the official hydration drink of this team. Quincy, with that being said, do we have anything else that we want to talk about before we end it?
Tickets. They can go and buy tickets.
You can.
You
And you can go to TexasSyndicateGroup.com to buy your tickets. Or
download the Hometown Ticketing Fan app. Type in Texas Syndicate. Everything pops up right there for you.
oh, here we go. Look what Mike Thackett's saying.
Coming soon. Coming very, very soon. I will say this. Some lucky fans will be getting options or opportunities to get a lot of our concept jerseys. I'm only going to keep 2 for my historic sake, but the rest of them I'm giving away to the fans. And I mean, this one right here gets to go to yours truly, since you asked for it and you like it so much. So,
dude, that's a sweet jersey, bro. But I do like the one that the wife's got too. That's a pretty badass jersey too, bro.
You can't get
that one won't fit me.
Yeah, that one ain't gonna fit you.
No, I'm too big for that one.
Yeah, so but yeah, we're gonna I got about 3 or 4 of these that will be given away to fans. Oh, I got another thing, man. I got a sweet one that we're gonna be auctioning off, man. We got it's a little bit of secret. It's not a secret, I'll let you know. So I'm getting a custom made cowboy hat from this phenomenal hat maker out here. That's going to be in Syndicate colors with the Syndicate on it, and it's going to be signed by. I'll let whoever wins the hat get to decide who they want to sign it. Whether it's me, quarterback, running back, whoever they want to sign it. I'll let them decide who can sign it.
You just have the whole team sign it.
Then it's going to take away from the hat. I mean, that's on them. I'm gonna give them that option. They get to choose what they want to do. Whether they want everybody to sign it, one person to sign it, nobody to sign it. I mean, it's going to be on them. But I'm going to get 1 or 2 of those made to be able to give out to the fans through a raffle or being lucky. I'll figure out something.
Right. I mean, just to let everybody know, we are 74 days,
there you go,
14 hours and 45 minutes away.
Hey, did you see what the first person to buy season tickets got?
I did see that.
They get to go in the box.
Well, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, we should have that guy on.
Man, we can see. I can see if I can get him on one day.
Let's see if we can get him on to see.
He's kind of grumpy.
And he was the guy that bought season tickets.
Yeah, he kind of grumpy. And old. He's another old Army person from what I found out too. But yeah. I'll talk to you.
We're not old and grumpy.
You're older than us.
But we're not old and grumpy?
Yeah, be older than us.
Oh, gotcha.
He's good though. He's a good dude though. I mean.
Everybody, thank you guys for joining us tonight on Syndicate Tonight. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Go and get your tickets. Go to WeFunder. WeFunder.com/COFL Syndicate. You can become an owner of this team. Tickets, the season is 74 days away. I know within the next week or two, we will have where we will be playing at. And yours truly in the A-Train will be at the first game against the Toros, doing a live broadcast, acting like idiots.
Oh, where y'all want to be at? Y'all want to be up in the box or y'all want to be down on the floor? I mean,
to do the live broadcast before the game?
Oh, y'all just do it before the game? I think you can do it during the game too, but okay.
Why would we do that? It would do a watch party of the game?
I mean, I do have a place where you can do a watch party. We're doing a watch party yet too.
Well, I do want to be at the game. I'm
Oh,
not
yes.
driving. I'm not driving 12 hours not to go to the game.
No, I understand that.
Oh, I don't know. That's something we could talk about. But I just know
that
that
before the game, you can be there,
right?
Interviewing some people at the little place,
or we could be at the tailgate interviewing people there live.
But, tailgate might be there, but right now,
oh well, we'll figure it out.
I'm on a high school. I might be in like a place where you can't have libations just yet, so you can't.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We have to be there first.
We got 74 days, baby.
We figure out some kind of logistics on something,
That's right. That's right. May 30th, if you are in the area, or even if you're in San Antonio, drive up to watch the Toros get their butt kicked by the Syndicate. That's all I have to say about that. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it for right now.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Have a great one. We'll see you.